Hi, I'm Rachel Newman with the DC Department of Parks and Recreation. So I wanted to piggyback on what you guys were just talking about, because we have a lot of organizations where we get donations and we also have partner organizations. So managing those organizations that have MOUs that might not quite be stepping up to the plate or kind of doing what was agreed upon, how do you suggest to manage those types of organizations where they really are passionate and they really want to try, but they're not quite delivering the deliverables that were agreed upon?
Wow, that's it. Yeah, that's what you're considering.
That's what you're talking. Look, there's this sort of business school way, of doing it, which really, when you boil it down, consists of making lists, creating spreadsheets, looking at timelines, having conversations, and trying to work things through. And if things are if one event or one engagement was disappointing, figuring out why, having that meeting, being as open as possible with whoever it might be, saying, look, this didn't really meet our expectations. We thought you were going to do X, you did Y, and you didn't do that very well. The second part of it is a whole lot less business schooly, and that is be tough. If it's not working, give it up. Because at the end of the day, what we're all working on is trying to make things better and trying to figure out how to bring about change for either a certain population or a certain place or, the local parks. And if it's not working, it's not working.
So I would agree, and I would add on that is doing sort of a lessons learned and being tough on yourself around, did you kind of have that gut feeling all along that they were maybe overcommitting or you were overcommitting, and what can you learn from that? I think people get so enthusiastic that they'll promise the moon and the sun because they're trying to solve something, but when push comes to shove, it should have never been agreed to in the upfront. And so I think those lessons learned around personally, on your side, could have we done this better, and how do you grow from that? I think actually you'll learn a lot and you'll be a much smarter organization at the end if you're tough on yourselves, both for the ones that went well and the ones that didn't, around what could have we done better, what did we do that we shouldn't have, and what was really good and what can we build on, because that's how you're going to get smart in terms of how to engage in corporations and employees, is what worked, what didn't, and how do we build on it? Because we're all trying to figure this out together. So maybe trying to find the goodness in it.
And one thing we've noticed in the reviews, and most of the reviews by volunteers are very positive, people do leave constructive criticism. So one of the questions people do answer is, did they feel like their time was used wisely if they were a volunteer? And the times when we do have negative feedback about a nonprofit from a corporate volunteer is when they feel like their time was not used well, when they had to wait for the volunteer coordinator to get the materials ready, to wait over an hour for the training to start, things like that. I think they expect to come in and there's a program, there's an orientation, there are materials available. They want to go and actually start doing that work, and I think they expect nonprofits to really have an organized program as they do in their day job.
Right. I mean, you face high expectations when you think about large companies and how we organize things. The expectation is this is a corporate sponsored event. It will run like what I see inside the walls.